This is my cheap V8 that I've been attempting to fix on my drive over the past couple of months, and it's been going well like this. No. This time around, it almost broke me. I'm so tired. It's a pain in the ass. Like a proper pain in the ass. I give up. That almost broke me. So join me while I slowly lose my mind attempting to fix this thing with one problem after another. So we started on a nice sunny day, and with what I thought at the time would be a quick and easy coil swap, little did I know what the road ahead entailed. I should have known from the get-go this wasn't going to go well. As it turns out, I was missing a tool to even be able to start with the coil swap. That was a fail. It's a shot. You were seeing in the last clip I was attempting to put the coil on the strut, but I had an issue. Whenever you put a coil on, you line things up like that, little notch there, line stuff up, compress it, and then you twist your retaining nut on the top. But this is the dampener, and that spins. So when you try to spin into the top thread here, this spins also when it gets set to a certain tightness, eventually a certain torque, which is why you have a little T40, I think it is, there, so you're supposed to hold that still and spin the nut on. But obviously the problem is that it didn't have the right nut to hold that still, and put something in the middle of it to hold it still. I've ordered them now though, so let's continue. Now. So take two, this time with the correct tools to be able to actually do the job. Well, this doesn't catapult off into the stratosphere, because that wouldn't be fun. Whew. Tough work, this. Oh. Yeah, all lined up. It's like having a live grenade. This is the socket that I've got. So it's got a gap in the middle there, so you can put that on the nut, and then we can hold the Torx bit in place whilst we screw from the top, tighten from the top. Doesn't go anywhere. Right, here we go. We're all on. Well, hopefully when I take this off, doesn't immediately explode, just in case. I'm going to point it away from me, you know, just to be safe. That's a scary thought. One strut done. One down, one to go for the rear anyway. Still got to the front, gotta get it off. Front's still on. Great. Right. Strut number 2. Didn't explode. That's good. Right, and there is coil number 2. Right, so that's them two. That's them two fitted now. They haven't exploded and shot off into the stratosphere, so I'm gonna guess I've done them right. So next we've got to go fit them back to the car with a new control arm. So yeah, see you out there. I was just packing everything up and then I realised that I've left something out that I was supposed to go on there and I didn't do it. Hey, I'm gonna go fix that. BRB. Well, second time's a charm. I've never actually done this before, so I'm quite impressed about this for so far. It's not too bad. It hasn't exploded at least. Right, now that it's finally stopped raining and I have this ring's finally on, we can now go on the drive and go fit these struts. Hopefully it'll go down without a hitch. Yes, come on. See, the issue I'm having is you got this side and you got this side and they're different. I don't know which way it goes in. I can't remember. I figured it out. See this? I'm pretty sure that is in, but this is. You can see that. That's not straight. So I can't put a bolt through there onto the knuckle. Something is wrong. I don't know what. Little did I know this was the start of some of the biggest stress I had while sorting this car. It really isn't fun. I started doubting that I actually put the coil on the strut tower correctly, but everything seemed to line up fine, so nothing for it but to continue jiggling about and see what happened. Right, figure it out, I think. I hope. So, when I was speaking before about this, my lip on this side and not on that side. Inside the knuckle in the slot where it goes into. You see that? There. It's lipped. So, basically, I was putting it in. Wrong around. Try again. I was here for a very long time. That was until... Oh my lord, finally. That was much fiddlier than I thought it was going to be. Success! I finally got the hose lined up at the top of the strut and the bottom of the strut inside the actual knuckle the right way around this time. Things were starting to look up. Now was just a tedious task of tightening up the bolt at the bottom of the strut to the knuckle. Big extension. Too big of an extension. I need something slightly smaller. With that conundrum solved, it's time to get ratcheting. This ratcheting was taking so long that I started to lose my mind a little bit. Here we coming round, here we go. Here we coming round, here we go. Here we coming round, coming round, here we go. Yes, we will. Well, it took an insanely long time, but that's not it. So, the strut is now back in. That's going nowhere. I just need to do the bolts on top for the top mount, which we'll do now. And then put that control arm in to there that you want, and it'll be golden. Right, that's the bolt for the top mount in. Now the brand new control arm. Yay! Let's get that fitted, and then we can fit all the ABS sensors and the brake caliper back on. Some luck. Ooh, shiny. Won't last.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit.
So I spent ages trying to get this control arm in, and for some reason it just wouldn't fit in correctly until, well, this happened. Where does that come off? Did of that was a cover. I'm an idiot. Wonderful.
Mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay empowered for a long time.
After that painful experience, and after I obviously answered the question on every man's lips in the world, where's the hole? I carried on with attaching the control arm to the subframe. Someone did mention in a comment in the last video about I should just hand tighten this to the subframe and then tighten it when the suspension's got some load on it. Which I don't think I say here, but I will be doing in one of the future videos. Things were going perfectly fine. I started attaching the control arm to the knuckle of the brake, and that's when I noticed something was amiss with some of the wiring. Oh man, I've routed that cable the wrong way, haven't I? Well, that's annoying. And see, what I've done, I don't know if you can see that from that angle, is this is the ABS wire, and I've, oh my god, let me move that. So that's the ABS wire, and that's a clip that clips to the control arm, and I've routed this underneath, which is stupid. So now there's not enough slack to clamp it on without it being taut, and I don't want, because this moves up and down, I don't want to rip that out, so gotta take that bolt back out. So that's a bit of a minor setback, so I have to take the control arm back off again to route the ABS sensor wire the correct way around the control arm to avoid it snagging or pulling on anything it shouldn't and potentially breaking or damaging the ABS sensor. Second time's charm. So tired. With that sorted, we can just reattach the control arm with the bottom to the knuckle, and we are good to go. Sweet! Job done. So here's another minor issue. There's a little bracket that attaches the ABS sensor to the control arm to kind of keep it in place while the suspension system kind of moves around. But I couldn't get it on. I think this control arm's slightly thicker than the OEM one that was originally on there. So I figured I'll leave that for now, and I will come back to that later and fix that another time. I want even further away. What? What? Right, give up. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Right, right, the strut's in. Strut's in. New coils on the strut, and I've got this control arm in. I cannot, for the life of me, get this clip on. There is just not enough room, and I'm starting to lose light because it's getting late. So I'm gonna give up on that for now, and I'll come back to that tomorrow if it's not raining. I've tried even like grips to try and grip onto it, and it's just I'm gripping it for try, so I want to try again tomorrow. And other than that, I'm going to pack it up, and I'll see you next time. And well, I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully I can get this on, well, tomorrow for me, in a second for you. Now I just stuck the brake caliper back onto the brake disc, and this was job done. So, with one side down and it not being too difficult, I thought this side would be way quicker, but I was wrong. Started using the same strategy as I did on the other side to begin getting the strut in place, but as the hours rolled by of me attempting to try and get this strut in place and get the bolts lined up, I started losing patience. I was at this for hours at this point, and it was really starting to take its toll. I give up. Right. I cannot get this in. So, like, at all. So what I'm going to do instead, I cannot get that in the, I can't line up the holes, so I'm going to try and take off the arch lining and see if I can get it in then. Maybe it'll give me a little bit more visibility. So then I proceeded to take the arch lining out to try and see if I could see a little bit more and see what was going on and see why the strut just wasn't lining up properly. Sweet. Oh, oh shit. That's very annoying. Really? Thought which way to tighten it. Right, tighty. I don't know why I'm going left there. Not the handle. Okay, the bolts aren't lined up at the top mount. I don't know why. I'm going to have to take the top mount back off. Oh, kill me. So at this point I took the top of the strut off and then reseat it again because I realised that it just wasn't lined up properly with the holes. So once that was done, it was again fiddling about with trying to get this fitted. Oh my god, it's in, thank the Lord. That almost broke me. The other side was fine. This side was a pain in the arse to get lined up. I have no idea why. And I can bolt stuff in. Finally. I can put that brake back on. Finally, after days, the strut was in, so now it's a case of just need to tighten up the bolts up at the top, put the control arm in, tighten that up, put the brake on, etc, and then everything will be back on the suspension and the rear. No. Oh no, it's starting to strip. I don't think I'm going to tighten that down anymore because that bolt is really rusty, really seized, and if I tighten that fully. I'm going to end up stripping this thread, the Torx thread inside there, so I'm going to reattach everything else. I'm going to order a new control arm and replace that. I'll replace that control arm later. Right, time to move on to the brake and the arch lining. So I'm going to put the arch lining back in here and reattach all the screws that hold the arch lining in, and then put the cable ties that are holding the brake caliper up and get the socket and the brake back on. This gap there won't go onto the brake disc here. So what I've got is this is a brake compression tool. Won't need that bit on the ends to, in case your brake cylinder has to be wound in and wound out, which I don't think on this one it does. Let's take that off. And what this does is this just pushes the cylinder back in to give us enough gap to get in there, which I will show you right now. Right, oh there we go. Let me put that up there first. Okay, yeah. That's difficult. Oh, that's loose. Right. Use my knee as a makeshift table. That through there. So this plate goes into a little groove in there, and then when we're pushing this through onto the other plate, this it'll compress the cylinder back and should give us more room to get the brake caliper back on. So that's both rear struts in again. This one nearly broke me. Oh my lord, that took so long. I really don't want to do that again. So hopefully this will be all good now. But I do need to replace that control arm. That one. There. Because the bushings are a bit messed up on it, and the bolt's kind of seized on, the nuts kind of seized on, so I'm probably going to replace that as well, because it's going to need replacing. But if I try and tighten it, it's going to strip it, so I'm going to replace that. So I'm going to get that in order. For now it's hanging in there, brakes back on. So next will be the front suspension, so I get to do it all then. Hopefully it's going to be easier than the rear one. Fingers crossed. Yeah, see you there. So this video has been going on for a bit, so I'm going to cut it there for now. And the next video we will do the front dampers and struts and things and get them in. So for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave me a like. And if you want to see more, subscribe so you stay up to date. Right, see you next time. Bye!
In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got